Okay, we're going to do a quick unboxing video of an item here from one of our sponsors, EV Base. And what have they sent us today? It looks like, sure enough, it is that center console metal safe. So it looks like there's a set of instructions here that come with some keys. Looks like a little screwdriver. Got it. And this appears to be some sort of perhaps poker tool. It's a little sharp thing, maybe to mark places for screws or get them started. This is the thumb reader one or finger reader one that allows you to use that to unlock it. I know there are others that maybe have the little dial with, say, the 4 different numbers, but this is actually the touch-sensitive one. So give me a second here to get this out of the box. Okay, so I have the safe box here out of the packaging. It's locked, cannot unlock it at the moment, but they did send some instructions. QR code goes to a video that shows me actually how to get this open, which is what I will need this little tool for, and these backup keys. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so this is where we will need the little tool. There's a little hole here on the side of the knob that you press in, and that kind of pushes in on a plastic tab. And when you do that, now I've already done it, it does allow you to pull up the plastic here and release. So you can see there's a little plastic tab right there that pin, when you press in on the hole, releases that plastic tab so you can pull up this little kind of locking cap. And then you'll see there's a place for the key to go down inside of here. So we'll simply insert the key. Now we can turn it to unlock and open it up. And this is now where we can get access to the mechanism underneath. And the next thing we'll need to do is to remove this battery cover here and put in a couple of AAA batteries. Okay, so with the door open, and by the way, there were a couple of pads that were down inside here. We'll get to those later. But this simply has a little plastic tab that you pull up on, and then that will open up the battery compartment. And then you need to put in a couple of AA batteries. So like so and like so. Oops. Let's get those in. And you'll hear a beep. I don't know if you heard that, just to let you know that the batteries are in successfully. Okay, and I'm going to get this little battery door, put it back on. There we go. And then we will set about testing the setup of registering a fingerprint, because right now when you put this on, and here maybe I can show that, let's go ahead and turn it to lock. When you just have it first turned on and you have not set up any fingerprints, then any fingerprint will allow you to open the box. Okay, anyone in the world, your box is not secure. All right, so it could be a thumb, it could be a fingerprint, it could be anything, and guess what, that allows me to do it. So what we need to do is to train the box to have an administrator fingerprint. You can have up to 2 administrator fingerprints, and then you can have up to 8 guest fingerprints. So let's get to the process of how you do that. Okay, so let's talk about how to set up an administrator password. First off, this little pin tool is included in with the bag of screws and the little screwdriver and the keys. Apologies, I probably should have been using this tool earlier for taking the top of that knob off. But what you'll see down here is a little hole at the bottom of the battery cover. Now, what's important before you start this process is your door must be set into the lock position. So I'm going to set this. Now it's set in the lock position. If you're not in the lock position, you will fail to set up an admin thumbprint or fingerprint. Okay, so first put it in the lock position. Then you're going to press this in to reset. And you should hear 2 beeps. There we go. There were the 2 beeps. Now, this should be flashing green on the front. Do you see the little green light there? Okay. That's up. Well, I probably timed out. Let's see. There's 1. Here's 2. Maybe like that. 3. Yeah, I think I probably timed out because it was no longer flashing green. All right. So what we need to do press this to start the process on this side. There we go. Now let's set up some fingerprints. 1, 2, and 3. All right. It should take that. Okay. So now I believe it should be set up for unlocking only with the correct fingerprint. So let's try an incorrect one first. Let's try a thumb. Yeah, so that just beep, 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 didn't work. Didn't work, doesn't unlock. Now let's try the one that I did use, my finger. No, now that's not working. There we go. I just had to get it at the right angle, and I was able to turn this and unlock it. So I have set up my admin fingerprint. I just need to make sure, again, that I have it probably, there we go, a little bit more of a straight angle. And I can go back and relearn that by repeating that same process again. But now it is like so. It is completely locked. Again, other fingers aren't going to work. Let's try it more at this angle. There we go. That worked. And we're able to open it. All right, now we can move on with the step of actually installing this into the Cybertruck. Okay, so I decided I was going to go ahead and set up a guest thumbprint. Or fingerprint. Remember, you can do this for up to 8 additional prints. You can have 2 admin prints and 8 guest prints. So I thought, you know what? Sometimes maybe if my finger's not on there quite right, I might be reaching in with my thumb. You know, just like how we unlock our phones or other things. So why not set up my thumb as a guest print? So to do that, we first take and hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds, and we'll hear some additional beeps. Now that we've done that, the 2 additional beeps and it's flashing again, now I can try and take my thumb. There, I did it 3 different times. And when it completes, I should get a couple more beeps. There we go. So now I can try to, again, open with other fingers. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Now it works with my thumb. My thumb is a guest, and my finger I've actually got set as being, oh, see, got to get a little bit more straight. Oh, look at that. There we go. So see, it's a little bit more finicky with my finger versus what I did with my thumb as setting up with the guest. So now if I'm just reaching into the glove box, I open the top and I just shove my thumb in real quick. Okay, great. I might end up doing that more than using my finger. Obviously, since you could do 8, I could start doing other fingers. If I want to do pinky, if I want to do the other hand, if you have another person in your household that you want to give them access to it, you can set them up as a guest fingerprint as well. Again, with the same process, just holding down the administrator one until you get the additional beeps, then training the 3 different angles for that, and you should be good to go. Okay, so I do want to go back a minute and talk about it. This tool is what I originally thought it was for. You'll notice that on either side of the box, there are 2 holes. And so what you're going to do is when we set this inside of the center console of the Cybertruck, you're going to reach in with this pen and kind of poke into that plastic of sides there to get it started. And then it comes with these self-tapping screws in the bag here. So you'll see here, there's a, here we go, here, a little self-tapping screw. See, like so, that you'll then tighten in. And they even give you, like, look, nice little screwdriver. Obviously, if you have a power tool or something that you can get down in there, you might want to use that, although, albeit carefully, you're just screwing into plastic, but enough that if it's dense enough and it has 4 screws, it's going to hold that box down in there firmly. The other item I should point out is that there is a line here for having a USB-C cable that will come out of, you know, either side, the USB-C, or this is where the 110 plug would go in. So if you do have the box closed, you know, so here it's closed and locked, you could still have your cable out for, say, plugging into a phone or plugging into some other accessory, and it would actually prevent someone from unplugging that cable on the other end, because that's now secured inside of the safe area of the box. So just a couple other things I want to point out before I go put it into the truck itself. Okay, as you can see, we are now out in the truck. Here we are on screen and in the truck, and you can see I have simply slid the box down inside of here. It fits very neatly. I've seen a couple of others that had to come apart into sections to put it in, but this just slides in all as one unit. You'll also notice I have a USB-C cable that I fed down there, so that if I want to, I can have this cable, you know, outside of the safe itself by feeding it up through like so, that little place where that allows you to do that. So I just thought I would test it out before we actually fasten it in. I can close the box like so and lock it. And now it is certainly locked. Can't get in. Wow, couldn't unplug this cable if I wanted to. That's okay, I suppose. And then simply if I want to open it, I will use my finger. There we go. Turn the knob and unlock, and I can easily access the contents inside. Now those two black pads, there was one kind of square pad that fits on the bottom of the safe box, and then there's this one that's the has some 3M sticky tape on. I haven't peeled it off and stuck it on yet, but it's angle cut and it matches the back of the box here. So I think that's probably just to keep anything that's inside the safe box from rattling around, you know, banging around in there, since that thing is made out of metal. So the next thing we will need to do is to take our tool here, the little sharp pointing tool, find the holes in the side here, and then insert the tool and poke the plastic so that we would start feeding those self-tapping screws in. So I will get on that here in just a moment. So here's a good shot here just to show you. You take this tool, poke it in, I kind of jiggle it around, twisted it a little bit left and right. The goal, of course, is just to kind of get a little divot into the plastic so that those self-tapping screws can go in. So let's go get those self-tapping screws now that I've used the tool to create the little places for the screws to get started. Okay, just wanted to quickly show one of the self-tapping screws. I have stuck it into the hole, and then I can use this little stubby screwdriver to start turning that and letting it start kind of cutting its way into the interior side panel that it's going to be going into here. And in fact, I might go get one of my power screwdrivers. Not that this is impossible to turn, it's just kind of tough to turn, obviously tough to do while filming at the same time. So I may just turn off the camera for a moment, screw this screw in a little bit where I can get a little more torque on it. But it's going in. I can feel it. It's biting in. It's going in. We're, you know, getting this thing turned in here. And obviously there are 4 of these that I need to put in, 2 on each side to help secure the safe into the center console. Just quickly to show you a little update in the process, I have 1 screw all the way in. This other one is probably about halfway in. So I'll continue to work on getting all 4 of these fully tightened down. So here I am working on the 3rd one. And just one point of note, that as it kind of self-taps through, when it first kind of punches through the wall, so you can see that there's, you know, it's kind of a thick wall here for the Cybertruck. So it's got like an inner portion and an outer portion of this wall. When the screw first punches through this inner portion, it's kind of hard to get through that, but once it punches through that, then it's fairly straightforward, fairly easy to go ahead and tighten the screw in the rest of the way. And I've just been using this little screwdriver. It's certainly possible to do it. Just takes maybe a little bit longer, but I didn't want to go dig out the power tools and maybe, you know, over tighten. Plus it's kind of a small compartment to try to get a tool down in there. So just continue to turn and these things will tighten up. So I'll get this one and the last one and then we'll finish up. Okay, just to finish this up, I have all the screws. So this box is firmly attached in here. It's not going anywhere. Okay, it's certainly secure. There's no way that box is coming out. You'll notice I also have the USB cord that I ran up here and ran out of the box just so that I would have that. Next item I want to do is to take the box and close it. So now the lid is closed, and then just see what it looks like if I take my usual tray here, and this is the one that came with my Cyber Beast, and yep, fits in there just fine. I can close that just fine, and we're good to go. So yep, looks good. Now if I obviously want to open it, put something in there, got to use my correct finger or thumb. Let's go the other way. Oh look, we should go this direction, and normally I would be on the other side. There we go, to make it a little bit easier to get in and out of there. But yeah, I can drop anything down in there that I might want to keep safe. and secure and away from anyone to have access to it. I know some videos have shown people putting handguns in there. Some people might have medications they want to put in there. Whatever it is, I think you can feel pretty secure that whatever you do put in this box, you're going to be able to keep people out of. So again, I'd like to thank our sponsor, EV Base, for supplying this box. It looks like a great product. It was easy to install, easy to configure the finger and thumb prints, since I did set up my thumb as a guest and my finger as the administrator. I'm not sure how my hand feels about that, but you know, there's priorities. And anyway, really, really excited to give this thing a try out. Put a few things in here that I might need to keep safe. You know, we gotta protect things like sunscreen and whatever else you might need in your safe. But anyway, enjoy. I'm gonna put a link to getting this product on EV Base's site with this video and on the HaloCybertruck.com website. And just to show, yes, we are on screen as the Halo Cybertruck. We do have our whole 3D model here for those maybe who haven't seen it yet. So enjoying that new update from Tesla that allows us to do that. So once again, I'm Tesla Ken. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you do have any questions, reach out through the HaloCybertruck.com website. You can always reach me there. Have a great day.